underground artist interview. Now, I know I've been slacking a little bit on these, but I'm back in full mode, full effective mode. Oh, so this artist I'm interviewing, his name is Young Vamp. God, let me get a wooden stake for this man. Here's the guest.
Yo,
Here,
what's good, bro?
everything good. Tell him your name and where you from.
Shit, I'm Young Vamp. I'll give a short version of my legal name. I'm Dom, technically, but whatever. I'm from upstate New York, 585 area, Rochester.
Rochester.
Yeah, it's like by Buffalo. It's kind of fucking irrelevant up here, bro.
Bills,
Yeah, it's kind of near the Bills, bro. Everyone around here is a fucking Bills fan. Sucks.
Buffalo,
I know, bro. I don't really fuck with football that much, but Ravens, bro. Any fucking day, bro.
Buffalo. But what made you get into the underground scene?
Dude, honestly, for a lot of my life, I just never really fit in, and I started listening to like underground music and shit like that back. Y'all gonna believe this? Back in like 2018, like when X died, I was like in second grade. I remember I heard about it because like some of my friends were like in the grades above, used to like listen to X and shit. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna listen to him, bro. First X song I ever listened to, fucking Look at Me, bro. Right in fucking second grade when I was like 7 years old, bro. That song is so good, and X is like the main reason. And then I started listening to like Pete, Tracy, Juice. I just discovered more artists, and eventually I'm like, this shit's sick. I want to do this by myself. So I kind of just like started fucking recording my own shit, find beats off of YouTube in like freshman year, and I kind of just got better at it. I learned a lot of shit, and that's like the main reason.
With artists like X, Juice World, Lil Peep, Ski Mask, Slum God, were you inspired by them?
I would say I took like some of my earlier music was more inspired by them, but I took later influences like from my new shit from like Zilla Kami, Come Help Me Glow, So Smooth, X still. X is probably my biggest influence because he's always influenced my music in some way. Because I get compared to X and Zilla Kami a lot.
So, with the comparisons of you and X, do you take that as a compliment and go on about your day?
I'd say a compliment, bro. I fucking love X, bro. He's one of the fucking all time goats, bro. He has so much music. Like, he has sad shit, hard shit, especially like his earlier, like, trap shit. I really fuck with. There's one song, INM, bro. I listened to that shit on repeat for like fucking 2 days straight, bro. That song is so fucking good. But yeah, X is definitely like, if I get compared to him, that's a compliment for sure.
And out of all the underground artists that came from that era, who do you listen to the most?
Shit, that's a fucking hard one. I'd say all time, probably Pete and X, but I've been listening to a lot of Lil Tracy like the past year, bro. I fucking love Lil Tracy. I went to one of his fucking concerts, so it really depends on like when, what time period. But I'd say all time, probably Pete now, like Tracy.
And you say you listen to all them. Like, what made you get into that in that field of music?
Dude, honestly, I was a pretty fucked up kid. I saw some shit and had some shit happen to me that probably shouldn't have happened at my age, and that music kind of like spoke to me in a certain way, and it just like I felt like kind of understood when I listened to like a lot of their music. Like with X, there's one song I used to listen to a lot, "Save Me," and with Juice World, I just used to listen to all those fucking popular songs. And I got like into some of the more underground ones when I got older. And like with Pete, that's when like I started listening to when I had like really fucking bad depression and shit.
And
So
do you listen to any other artists like Trippy Red and all them?
fuck yeah, bro. Fucking what is it? Love Scars Part Two. That shit's a fucking banger. And he's got a ton of other songs I listen to.
And with the underground scene, like how do you feel about like being different from any other underground artist?
Well, I get a lot of hate for it from like people on the internet, but it's mostly like fucking Cardi fans and shit. So I don't really care what they have to think. They're all a bunch of basic bitches, and I used to beat up people like that. So fucking, I don't really care what they think. The people who fuck with it, they fuck with it. I got like a kind of small fan base, but they be showing up for all my releases and shit. They be streaming it. So like, it's only gonna get bigger the more I experiment and the more different I become at the end of the day. So who cares what they think? Just keep going. Just follow your dreams, bro.
How do you handle hate and criticism?
Well, depending on what the hate is, if it's someone just saying it's like leaves a fucking sticker comment, I just say some funny shit. Send them back. What was it? This one dude he like commented some dumbass sticker. I replied to him, it's like you look like you fucking snort melatonin, bro. And he actually does look like he does that shit. So like, and if it's like valid criticism, like someone telling me, "Oh, I don't like this because this," or "You could have done this better," I'll actually take it and I'll actually try to fix it. So it really depends on how you come off. Like, let's just say you were like, "Yo, your shit's ass. It fucking sucks." I would just be like, "Okay, bro." But if you were to like come at me as like, "Yo, when you hit that part of the song, I don't like how it had that type of sound to it. Maybe hit it like this." I would actually respect what you're saying and listen.
And like with you being like a vamp artist, how do you handle the differences? Like if somebody compares you to this person.
Well, it depends on who I get compared to. A lot of people try to compare me to fucking Cardi, but I hate that shit, bro. I was fucking saying I was a vampire back when I was like in first grade, bro. I used to be a weird ass little kid, bro. I used to chase people around the fucking playground and try to bite them and shit. So I was doing that shit back in like what? That was 2016. And Cardi started doing the vamp shit in 2020. So I was doing the vampire shit before Cardi, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But when people compare me to Tracy, I take that as a compliment. I fucking love Tracy, bro. He's a fucking goat.
And where did you get the name Young Vamp from?
Well, when I started making music, I used to go by 585 Dom, rep my area a little bit. But then people kind of started knowing me as like a young artist. So I dropped a couple songs under 585 Dom. And I'd always been with Vamp shit. I always thought that shit was dope as fuck. And I fucking just like put Young and then Vamp together because I'm like known as like a young artist who like does a bunch of cool shit. And then just put the Vamp. That's how I got Young Vamp.
And you being from Rochester, New York, is there anybody besides you that be in the underground scene?
We got a couple people I gotta shout out, bro. Shout out my homie Plethora. Shout out my homie Ethan. And shout out Young Beezus, bro. Those are like the only people in my city from the area like that I really fuck with and work with. The rest of them, I kind of fuck with them, but they're more drill rappers type shit. And I mean, I know a lot of drill rappers. I kick it with some of them, but we ain't like homies like that. Like I fuck with them obviously, but like we ain't like super tight like that.
And you just mentioned one of the people I interviewed, Young Beezus. And how did you and Young Beezus get together?
Dude, I explored bandos with him and his other friend, fucking Charlie. And fucking we both made music, so we kinda like bonded over that. We used to like go in the bando subway, go in the bando hotel together and shit. And then fucking like we kinda just like talk We're supposed to perform together sometime soon, bro. I think. Like he's chill, bro.
And as far as you being the only one other than those three that you mentioned from your city, how does it feel being that particular artist from this from your city that makes like music like yours?
Well, it's definitely interesting because I get death threats from people on like a fucking weekly basis because they don't like the shit I'm doing, which is just fucking weird. And none of them have done anything because they know what I'm about. Like they're just some pussies. They're not gonna do shit. But like, there's a lot of people who receive it positively too. There's people like, yo, I fuck what you're doing. It fuck with what you're doing. It's some different shit. So it really depends on the person. If they're like someone with like a high ego and like fucking like fans of like drill, most of them won't fucking be. Even like the drill rappers fuck with me. The drill fans don't. Cause like I feel like there's a difference between someone who's an artist and a regular person. Cause an artist is a lot more capable of seeing a creative visions and shit. Like a regular person isn't, unless they're like a creative person. Like your average person isn't gonna see a vision like how an artist does. But I feel like once my vision becomes more clear, just more people are gonna fuck with me.
And how do you respond to people that don't see your vision?
Well, it depends. If they're those people leaving death threats, I just tell them pull up. If they're just like, I don't fuck with it, you don't fuck with it, bro. There's people who do, there's people who won't.
You just gotta block out all the people that don't mess with the music, like the ones that hate, that criticize a lot. You just gotta block them out. That's what I tell all the people I interview. You gotta block out the hate and block out all the negative energy and just keep doing you, because you do that, you progress more as an artist.
No, for real. Because I feel like the people who are genuinely themselves are just like the best, bro. Like, honestly. Like, Smoke, though, bro. Recent, bro. He's just like stayed true to himself, and I really fuck with Smoke, though. So like I think that is probably the best thing you can do in underground. Cause look at Two Slimy, bro. He's trying to play a fucking character and his music sucks. I'm gonna be honest, it does.
I wonder what everybody got against him.
Bro, it's just like it's obvious he's just doing this shit for trolling. Cause like he's not taking it seriously. Like, yeah, I could see some of the beats being hard if they were tuned a little bit. But like he's just like, I'm too late. I'm too late. Like that shit. It's just not it. Like he needs to like actually make some better music. Otherwise,
And
people are gonna forever clown on him.
as an artist, do you have to take your music seriously, or like do it for fun? Like some people take it seriously, some people did it for fun.
I
And
think it really depends on how you see yourself. So my cat is tweaking right now. What the fuck? But it depends. Cause like if you like are trying to come across as a serious artist and shit, I'd say yes, you do have to take that shit seriously. But if you just do that shit for fun and you like go on BandLab and make goofy ass songs with your friends and like post them on the internet for like shits and giggles, that's cool, bro. I know people who do that. They're cool people. They're fun. But like when you're genuinely trying to like, what the fuck is my cat on? But like, if you genuinely like have like a try to come across with a creative vision, don't take it seriously. It's gonna sound like ass, straight up.
and in your point of view, what are the ups and downs of being an underground artist?
Well, and up is I'd say music is a great way to like express how you feel. It's like one of the main reasons I do it. I get a lot of emotions out through it. But one of the downsides is a lot of people straight up just won't fuck with you, like as a friend. Straight up, I'm gonna be honest. It's a fucking lonely fucking place. 'Cause I've fucking had people straight up just tell me, "I want to be friends with you because you're a fucking artist." Like people will look at you like in a whole different light just for making music, and that's what I don't like. Like I wish people could like not only see me as an artist, but see me as a person too. Because at the end of the day, like we're all people, bro, and that's just how it is.
And do you think you can improve anything on yourself as an underground artist? Like anything at all?
Oh, for sure, bro. There's always things to improve, and I've learned that song after song, bro. I always learn new things. I'm continuing to learn new things with like mix, how to flow, delivery, like shit I can do. Like on the next album I'm working on 2 albums right now. I'm learning some crazy ass shit that you can do with vocals that I kind of knew how to do before, but just not as well. So there's always shit that you learn. Like even the biggest people, bro, like at the top of the industry, still learn new shit. Like as D Kid, I think what was it? There was some producer that he had. He was working with. They found out some plugin or some shit on FL, and that gave him his signature style. And even before like he blew up, he knew how to make music, but like, and he was good at it. But it's just like that little thing that really pushed him. So there's always like the little thing, or there's always those things that you can learn that will really take you to the next level. And that's just how like it is. Like you can never say that you're perfect at making music. Even like Drake, Taylor Swift, those people get hundreds of millions of monthly listeners. There's still shit they could improve on almost every song. I guarantee it.
And would you consider doing anything else besides being an artist, like streaming, producer, content creator?
Well, I've tried producing. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not very good at it. I'm sure I could get good at it with practice, but I don't like it as much as like actually rapping. I could see myself like streaming and doing content because that's something I've wanted to do. It's a pretty young age, but I want to do it alongside my music. Like, let's just say, like, tomorrow I blow up, fucking 200,000 monthly listeners, record labels sending letters to my crib, like, yo, sign with us. And I'm like, I'm famous. I'd love to, like, go on Twitch with people, like, just like my fans and, like, play games, bro. That would be lit. Like, just, like, run some fort, run some like COD or some shit with just like straight fans. That would be lit. Or like go and do vlogs on like YouTube, like doing fun shit, like exploring bandos, just like hanging out with cool people. That would be a lot of fun to do. I hope to get to that point.
Well, all you need is a camera. All you need is a camera, tripod, and you'll be good to go.
No facts. I have vlogs that I recorded like throughout time, like going back to like last year up to now. I'm just like talking about my life. I remember what was that? It's a wild shit. I got back to the crib. I'm just like fucking walking around my living room screaming, looking into my phone. Yeah, no, and those will probably come out if like I ever come up and I get famous, so people can like kind of see what I was doing back then, like what headspace I was in, what I was working on. Cause like that's I think it's cool when people like archive shit from like artists and shit. There's like some cool shit with Tracy P X that gets like archived, like videos of them. So it's kind of just like I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make some shit that like people can look back on and like when I fucking blow up.
And when you do blow up, how would you react to being famous?
Well, shit. First thing I'm doing is depending on what I'm working on, I'm making sure that that shit is known to the world that I'm working on it. I'm going live. I'm thanking everybody who joins that live. I'm gonna meet up with my most loyal homies, assuming I have money, and we're just gonna fucking have hella fun like all night, and then I'm gonna get my ass right back to work, and I'm gonna talk to my fans like that. Honestly, if I blow up, I'm talking to my fans, like as many of them as I can, because at the end of the day, an artist is really not shit without their fans. Yeah, the music may be good, but like, gotta support the people who like were day ones to you. Gotta support like the people who are continuing to support you. And I think that's important.
And being an underground artist, do you think that is a controversial thing to be, or is it a regular thing to be like?
Well, I definitely think it would stir up some controversy because a lot of underground artists really aren't that nice to their fans, from what I've heard. Some of them are, but a lot of them don't even engage that much with their fans and shit, which I think is pretty sad. Who was it? I think fucking Netspend. I saw some story. I don't think there was video proof of this, but apparently this happened, so this might not be true. Some dude tried to like saw Netspend. He like dapped him up or tried to dap him up, and then one of his goons started pressing the dude who was trying to like dap Netspend up, and so then like net, I guess something happened where like the dude and like the goon almost fought, and then he's like walking away. Then freaking Netsman, bro, pulls up in the whip they were in and started like yelling at the dude or some shit. And I'm like, yo, how you gonna treat your fans like that just because they want like to get quickly like backed up? Like it's not that hard. All you gotta do is freaking that simple. I'm like, so I definitely think there would be artists who wouldn't like it because then their fans would probably like see that and then they'd be like, oh shit, now we gotta like actually interact with our fans or people are gonna call us out. So I think it would stir up some controversy, but like I don't care. I'm a real person. Like if they got an issue, like if another artist had an issue with me like engaging with my fans, they can go say it to my face.
And as far as the fans go, do you think they are like obsessed with underground rappers, or they just falling back on them?
Well, I know a lot of my fans. I've talked to a lot of them, and a lot of them definitely are pretty deep into underground shit, like very deep into the underground. Some of them not so much, but like most of them, yeah, I would say they're like pretty heavy into like underground music. Like I'd say like Xavier Wolf is what a lot of people that like me listen to. Suicide Boys, Zilla, like Russian music. Like I listen to a lot of different types of shit that would like kind of see the inspiration in my shit.
And do you think your fans can be inspired by you music wise?
Oh, for sure, that would be lit. I think what was it? There are some people who like were inspired to make songs to me. I think one of my friends made a song because like I was kind of going crazy after I dropped my album. They're like, "Yo, fuck with this, I'm gonna make a song." So it is cool to see people. And there's like this other local artist. I look forgot his name. Like I'm gonna shout him out. Shout out Kai, bro. Shout out Kai. And he made a song, and he took some like inspiration from my newest album and shit. And I thought that was cool as fuck. So I like it when people like take inspiration from me. That's cool because I did take a lot of inspiration from a lot of people. So I think it's cool to see that like even if it's just a minor impact, my music did technically inspire some people.
And so far as that, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Shit, honestly, either dead or famous. One of the two. You're right at the top of this shit, probably dead.
Well, you got to get rich or die trying.
Exactly. It's kind of my mentality.
And as far as as like as the hate for underground artists, how do you feel about that?
I think it's lame. I think those people would never even listen to this type of music or understand this type of music, so I don't think they should really be hating on it. But like, there's a lot more hate and animosity like for each other in the underground compared to outside. But I see why people hate on the underground because they look at the top of the underground. It's like Too Slimy, bro. Everybody knows about Too Slimy. Even my people who don't listen to underground music know about Too Slimy, but they don't know Smoke Dope or like Netspend, who are like actually like kind of decent underground artists. Well, Netspend is decent. Smoke Dope is goaded to shit, but like they see like this shit and like there's like no, I don't fuck with this. So people like that are kind of ruining the underground. It's giving it a bad rep. Cause like let's just say like we took like the actual good artists from the underground. They were the center of the underground with the music they're making. I'd say we get looked at like a lot more positively than what we're looked at now by like outsiders.
And how do you feel about the mainstream getting inspired by the underground?
I don't like it. It's like they're the old rich white men. No one likes them. The mainstream, the only mainstream rapper, there's like two that I like. ASAP Rocky and Tyler the Creator, and they started in the underground, and they make good music to this day still.
And as far as the underground, unlike the mainstream bleeding into the underground, do you think there is any comparisons?
Like comparisons between the mainstream and the underground.
Pretty much.
Yeah, honestly, one I can think of right now is people trying to play gimmicks and shit. Cause like even Drake's trying to do that shit. Cause like I'm very in tap with music. I know a lot of shit. And just like what is it? Like for his album that's coming out, Iceman or whatever, like no one's gonna listen to that shit. I ain't gonna listen to that shit. Drake is ass. But like he's trying to play like this gimmick, like, oh, I'm the villain. But everyone in the underground tries to play like some form of gimmick. And I'm not gonna lie, even me to an extent, I guess you could say Young Vamp is a gimmick, but it's more of like an alter ego that I've kind of had for a minute, even before I was making music. So it is kind of still being myself, but it's definitely the gimmicks and shit.
Do you think all artists should have gimmicks, whether they're mainstream or they're underground?
I think whatever works for you. I think gimmicks can be played well. At the end of the day, I still think you need to be a real person to an extent. Because at the end of the day, I'm a real person. I'm sitting here talking to you. I'm telling you how I feel about certain stuff, and I'll do that with anyone. I'll sit down and have a one-on-one with people from all walks of life, like regardless. So like, I think it really depends on what you're trying to do, what your type of music is that you make. But like, yeah, I don't think everyone needs a gimmick. I mean, we went for like what at this point, like decades in the music industry without them, and now they're just like becoming the shit. Eventually, they're gonna get washed. They're not gonna be the shit forever. So just like be yourself. I mean, if you want to play a character, that's cool. Just still be yourself though.
What is the quickest way for an artist to fall off?
I honestly think just completely submitting to their labels and like listening to everything their labels say and like not staying true to themselves. I think that's what makes most artists fall off. Because labels really do be messing up people's sounds. You'd be surprised if you do a deep dive into that. Or they'll just straight up not let you drop music.
Would you prefer to be signed or stay independent?
Honestly, I'd prefer to be independent, but like if there's a good enough deal and I still get to like have full control over my creative vision, I'd definitely sign. Because that's the most important thing to me as an artist, my creative vision. Like I want to make what I want, not what a label wants. Because at the end of the day, the people who run the labels, they're not in tune with like what like the modern music is or like how to make music. Like they're a bunch of old white people. Like it's like your grandpa, bro. Like I don't want no grandpa to tell me how to put my music together because he technically knows more shit. Like that's just dumb to me.
But there's two things you gotta have to be for an underground artist. You gotta have a creative vision and you gotta have your masters. Because if you sign and you ain't got your masters, then you're basically fucked.
Nah, that's true, bro. But it really depends on what you're trying to do. I'd love to be famous and independent, but I definitely still think I'd probably need help with some of the shit. Like if I ever do like go big time, because like there's a lot of shit that the labels handle for artists. Like all their shows. Think about how much like artists like play shows and like go on tours. That whole shit is literally managed by like their label and like a manager that the label hires. And that is like difficult. Like from what I've heard, like you'd be surprised. Like with shows, like they be showing up like early as fuck in the morning to set up, test the sound systems, get all the merch ready. So they just end up like if an artist does a show, they just end up spending the whole day pretty much when they all set up like in the back of like in the back room, and that's where like from where they walk out onto the stage. That's some really crazy shit. I'm talking they'll be sitting back in like that tiny little backstage room for like 5 hours till like the crowd is ready for them.
And do you think it's better to have a manager or just be free?
I honestly think it really depends. I think a manager would be like good for certain situations, but I also think being myself is just more genuine and more raw. So I think I'd probably have managers for like tours and like concerts so I don't have to deal with all that on my own. But like I'd run socials, like my drops, all that independently.
And do you think it's good for underground artists to have a manager?
I think it really isn't like the worst thing in the world because I feel like if you got like someone who's good managing you, that's a good thing. But if they're bad, that's like if they're a bad manager, you don't like them, get rid of them. But if you like them, yeah, keep them. Like if y'all get along, keep them.
And let me see. And so far as an artist signing, it's good to have an attorney with you because they can look over that full contract to make
I
sure
de-
you ain't getting screwed.
oh yeah, for sure. I definitely think if I got like a big ass record label hitting me up, I'd definitely say I'd have an attorney read that shit.
And as
'Cause-
so far as underground artists signing,
hmm?
what is the most important thing for them to do? Like before they sign their papers on that paper.
I'd say what you said. Get that attorney. Have him read that shit over, and like just mentally prepare yourself. Like, because making music independently is one thing, but when you're under a label, that's like a whole other thing.
Because the promotion and whatnot, like you got to promote yourself when you independent and whatnot.
Yeah, and I mean the label will handle a lot of shit. Also, will put you under a lot more pressure with like the advances and shit. You got to pay them back.
And that's the thing that most people don't realize that the money you signing for is just an advance. It ain't the full thing. It's just an advance that you got to pay back because most of the time, most of that money that you signing for is going straight to lawyer fees and whatnot. Like if you get in legal trouble, most of that, like 80% of that money is going to legal fees.
No,
Then you
for
got
real.
then you got a good 15% of that that's going to producers and whatnot. Because you got to pay them for beats and whatnot.
No, that's true.
Then that leaves you with little. That leaves you with little like 5%. So you really getting bucked out of a deal because you know everybody want to buy all the jewelry, the cars, the houses. Nah, that ain't.
Honestly, I was about to sound pretty crazy. I don't care about the fancy shit that much. Honestly, I'd just be happy if I could get a house, a decent car, and just be able to live a good life. Honestly, like I don't even care about like living in some cool ass mansion on like Beverly Hills. Yo, would be dope. But honestly, if I could just get like a decent house in like my hometown, like find a girl that I love, and I'd be happy with just that. Like I don't gotta be super famous, but I mean, shit. As long as I'm successful, bro. It's like the music. Because at the end of the day, if you're famous doing music, you're probably gonna at least go on one tour, and that allows you to like travel the whole world. So it'd be cool to like go to Europe. I always want to go to Europe. It sounds lit there.
Europe. But do you have any more statements?
Yeah, I got a couple people to shout out. Shout out homie Nodix. He's a freaking G bro. I love that dude. He's cool as hell. Bro stream out on SoundCloud. It's Nodix on SoundCloud. Shout out G Dog from the 585. That's her IG. That's my cousin. Go follow her. Shout out Matt Blunt. That's twin. We about to make like 3 collab projects together. Vamp Blunts 1, that's coming out in April. Vamp Blunts 2, and then Vamp Blunts 3. So shout out all those people, bro. Go stream them up. And remember, YUNGVAMP.762 on Spotify.
That about wraps up this interview.
All right. Peace to the people who watched the interview. I hope I wasn't boring. I hope I wasn't cringy. Peace.
That was Young Vamp, everybody. But I want to discuss with y'all my plans for this year. Once I hit 1K on here, I will drop little something special for y'all, and it's just for y'all, all my supporters. I thank y'all for being with me on this long journey. I know it's been like a long road and whatnot, but I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. I really do. Because without y'all, I wouldn't be nothing. So I'm gonna give like when I reach 1K on here, I'm gonna give y'all a special video. But I hope y'all have an extravagant Sunday. I will be back to interview another person. I'm signing out for now.